second group is that you already owned 2 residential properties, private properties, either a landed condo or 2 condos or 2 landeds. You already own both. You maximize your names and you're thinking about other things already. You're thinking about, hey, should I go for an industrial unit? Should I go for a commercial unit? But you're not familiar with it and you have to self-manage. And then maybe, will this make sense for you? Technically, buy anything else without incurring ABSD, because you go for a third condo, you need to pay ABSD 20%. And in my perspective, don't pay the ABSD, because you buy a $2 million property, before you even start, you already lost 400,000. It means that your property has to appreciate by 20% to fight back your 400,000. So, and technically it's going to take time for you to break even before you even see profits. And thus, just by looking at the 20% is already a deterrent. And how about thinking for the fact that if you're willing to pay that 20%, why don't you just take this and then buy a freehold unit that is hassle-free? So that's one concept that you can have. Second concept is that since you have already maxed out both properties and you want to deploy some of your capital, then this is a little bit like a passive yield generating kind of concept, in the sense that let's say you buy something here at about 300 over 1,000 generating 5%, or you buy something at about 200 over 1,000 and then generating about 7%, and you collect that on the 16th of every month, and you use that hassle-free approach to hedge against the deflation of your dollar in Singapore. When we look at worst case scenarios, based on the projected revenue share, Madrid, if it's at 30% occupancy rate, you still will see about 3.37%. If you look at Niseko, you will still see about 2.25%. So that's the worst case scenario, which will then mean that if you look at this from a Singapore perspective, the average yield, rental yield, is about 3%. Plus minus. Now what this means is that the worst case scenario for Hotel 101 investments is actually quite similar to a scenario of a typical Singapore property investment yield. How about the third group of property investors? So if you're a single professional, you already own 1 condo and you're thinking about diversification, then this could also make sense for you, because rather than buying something that you are not very sure, for example like industrial commercial, and you have to self-operate, this is buying something, even though you are not a hotel operator, but because of the USP and the concept that they are sharing revenue with you on a top line basis first, before the hotel operating costs, and looking at the background of the companies, the longevity of their plan, I think they're going to like physically expand more and more Hotel 101 as well. So this is Niseko. Of course, they're partnered with one of the most reputable builder that have built the Sapporo airport, and of course the Tokyo airport as well. And maybe my first glance is that, hey, what's going to happen to the months where there's no snow? Some of the research shown is that in terms of the room rates, peak season actually increased quite a fair bit, 56,000 yen, and of course like off-peak season is about 9 to 11,000 yen for some of the hotels right there. And of course, when you look at the off-peak season, which is the summer season, actually there are a lot of activities that happen based on some of the research. Is that people go there for sightseeing, people go there for hiking, people go there for golf plays and tournaments and things like that. There's also the upcoming expansion of Japan's famous bullet train network, which is the Shinkansen, that will connect to the Kuchan station in 2031, which will also drive up potentially appreciation and capital gains in this entire area. And these are some of the photos of the site progress. So there are various financing options, pretty interestingly as well, in the sense that based on that entire amount, there's like 4 to 6 different financing options. Most importantly, I think for this video, we want to review the hotel investment concept and who is it suitable for. And as what I have mentioned in the property investment strategy previously on the whiteboard, this will serve as a diversification. If let's say you're hunting for something that you don't have to like go in with a huge amount, and you want to get a unit that's freehold in status, and you own the title technically, you can actually pass on, you can sell it in the secondary market as well, you can pass on to your kids as well for legacy.